How to pack a lunch as a raw vegan. Welcome back, y'all, for another video to recalibrate with Raw Natty Nate, aka the Nice Cream King, coming to you live with the raw food thing. You guys, I just want to make this video because I've had a couple of you guys ask me about how I pack my lunch. And I would like to share that with you. So let's get going. First and foremost is you have to have a plan. A plan is very, very important to have no matter what you're doing. From building something to packing your lunch, you have to have a plan. Second tip would be to prep. So now that you have your plan, you know what you're gonna do, you know what you're gonna have, and what you wanna make, what you wanna eat, is you have to prep it. So what I would do is I would prep either early in that morning before I would leave for work or the night before. Cut all the vegetables up, make the dressing. Now, this is for a raw vegan, right? So maybe you're just wanting to do fruit for lunch and you want to bring a big amount of fruit. Maybe you're mono-mealing fruit. Mono-mealing being you're only going to eat one kind of fruit for that particular meal. Not a bad thing. Me personally, at lunchtime, I want something a little more savory and I want something that's going to satiate me for at least a few hours. So I like a big, massive salad. 14 to 20 cups worth of salad. Now, it's not just lettuce, right? If you guys have seen any of my pictures on Instagram, Nice Cream King, you know that I like colorful, delicious salads with lots of ingredients and a fair amount of dressing. I'm talking like at least a couple cups of dressing. Now, the reason I like a lot of dressing is because it tastes really good, and that's where a good source of the calories are. There's not a lot of calories in vegetables and lettuce and cabbage and these kind of things, so a lot of the calories come from the dressing. So what I like to do is I like to prep up. As I'm making my fruit smoothie for my breakfast, I will make up a dressing right after that and chop up what I'm gonna bring with me for the day. So prepping up is super huge, you guys. Definitely think about what you want. You've got your plan, now you're prepped up. You've done all of your cutting, you've got your dressings made. Boom, you're set, you're dialed. You're on the right path to making sure you've got a good lunch with you. Another thing I like to do is I like to pack my lettuce and in other ingredients separate. So lettuce and cabbages, those will be separate. Cherry tomatoes can go in there. But as a rule of thumb, what I like to do is if I'm cutting, say, heirloom tomatoes or Romas or any other kind of tomato and they're cut up, I put those in a separate container so all the tomato juices don't get all over the lettuce before my lunch. I want to have it as fresh as possible. So I keep my lettuce separate. I keep my tomatoes separate. If I'm doing spiralized cucumbers, those will be separate with the tomatoes. Sprouts, kimchi, those kind of things, I'll even do those up separate too. Now the sprouts can go with the lettuce, so you don't have to bring a lot of containers with you. But yeah, that's how I like to do it. So there's typically 3 to 4 containers that I'm bringing. I've got one for my lettuce and cabbage. I've got one for my tomato spiralized cucumber. Another one for, say, kimchi if I'm bringing kimchi that day, and sprouts, and another one for my dressing. And that's pretty much how I like to prep up my salad. Another really important aspect to enjoying this salad is having a nice bowl to mix it up all in, and then your favorite utensil. I personally like bamboo forks because if I accidentally bite down on the fork, it's not going to chip my tooth. So the bamboo fork is what I bring with me everywhere I go. Also, I like to pack all of this stuff in a cooler bag with an ice pack. A refreezable ice pack, and what I do is I put a flexible cutting board in the cooler bag so the ice pack doesn't touch directly the containers with lettuce. Keeps it cool in there, but you're not having your stuff being touched by that ice pack directly. You can wrap the ice pack in, say, a thin cloth. You know, a dish towel is a little thick, so it might not work as well if it was in a dish towel, but like a thin cloth works okay. But yeah, I like using that flexible cutting board and just put it on the back side of that. So those are some of the things that I practice when I'm going out and I have to go to work, I'm gonna be gone all day long, is I make sure that I've prepped up, I put some thought into what I'm gonna bring. It's the same as if you were eating any other kind of lunch, and say you're bringing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's really simple. A lot of times you just bring the peanut butter, the jelly, and the bread, and you can make them there, but you did a little bit of planning. You thought, okay, what am I gonna need for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? The same goes for a raw vegan lunch. And I personally like salads, so that's what I'm giving you my tips on how I bring my lunch to work. It's a real simple way to roll, and another really important aspect to making the day go by successfully is making sure you have snacks with you, because you can't just have a smoothie in the morning and a big salad for lunch and then you're eating something at dinner. Raw food is a little different. It's gonna burn up a little bit faster. It's a more efficient, more clean burning fuel. It's gonna be used up a lot quicker. Now that's a lot of the reasons why people like to stay with cooked food, is because they can feel full, they can feel satiated for much longer. If you're going raw, you wanna make sure that you bring food with you everywhere you go. Now that food doesn't have to be some planned out salad, but it has to be some sort of substance that you can grab quickly and eat, like bananas, oranges, apples, peaches, nectarines, grapes, berries, cherry tomatoes, any of those kind of things that are quick and easy to grab and munch on. It's best to practice not munching on nuts, especially roasted, salted nuts. Those are only going to dehydrate you and kind of make it a little harder to move through the tube, if you know what I'm saying. A very important aspect to living a raw vegan lifestyle is to have a plan. Now, it might be a little tricky at first if you're just jumping into this lifestyle and you're not really sure how to eat. Some people do it really simply. Some people just eat one kind of fruit and that's all they eat. Now, that's not optimum. Let me just say that, okay? It's not optimum because we have more needs that need to be met than just eating one kind of fruit all day long. Now that's the easiest, simplest way to pack and prep for your lunch, is just to bring fruit to eat, and only one kind of fruit. Of course, that'd be easy. Big old bag of oranges. That's all I'm gonna eat today. You're not really setting yourself up to do this for the long term. Okay, so a plan is very important. And if you are wondering what kind of plan I'm talking about, I would suggest a meal plan. Me personally, this is what I did when I came into this lifestyle, is I bought a meal plan. And the meal plan consisted of 30 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the ingredient list, the shopping list, and the tools needed, and everything, how to prep it up for that particular day. So it took the thinking out of it for me. So if that's something you guys are into, I'm gonna put a link in the description down below. We've got meal plans on sale right now. We have 3 different meal plan recipe books. Those are 30-day meal plans, as well as a dips and dressings books with over 200 different recipes on how to make cashew cheese and spinach dip, all raw vegan. These are delicious recipes in these books. And yeah, if that's something you guys are into, the link is in the description below. So anyways, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you stayed this long, give yourself a thumbs up. And if you like these kinds of videos, then hit the subscribe button and the bell notifications for more videos. I'll be doing more videos like this. I love doing them out in nature. It just is such a nice switch up than doing it inside. Not that I've done too many inside, and there'll be more coming indoors, but nature is best.